There are two mistakes people often make about life. One mistake is to become so serious about existence that we forget something essential. We forget that life has the character of a play, a cosmic drama unfolding. But there is also the opposite mistake, the mistake of dismissing life entirely as if nothing matters. Both extremes miss the point, 是别. Life is neither meaningless nor rigidly serious, 是别. It is something closer to a grand performance, 是别. Think about what happens when you go to a movie theater, 是别. You sit down to watch a terrifying horror film, 是别, the monster appears, 是别. The music grows tense, 是别. Your heart begins to race, 是别. But deep inside, you know something important, 是别. You know that it is only a movie, 是别. And yet, you allow yourself to forget this, just enough to feel the thrill. You permit yourself to be frightened, 是别. Why? 是别. Because the experience is exciting, 是别. It brings intensity to life, 是别. Without that thrill, the experience would be dull, 是别. In a way, the universe itself seems to enjoy this same drama, 是别. Joy and fear, hope and tragedy, 是别. Adventure and uncertainty, all of it creates the richness of the story, 是别. Now imagine living life with a certain kind of courage, not the courage that denies fear, but a deeper courage, 是别. A courage that understands the nature of the game, 是别. You realize that even the most frightening experiences are part of the unfolding drama, 是别. When people begin to sense this, something interesting happens, 是别. Fear begins to change its character. It no longer feels like an absolute enemy, 是别. It becomes part of the experience of being alive, 是别. This idea was taken very seriously by warriors in ancient traditions, 是别. For example, when samurai in Japan studied Zen Buddhism, they were not merely learning philosophy, 是别. They were cultivating what might be called ultimate composure, 是别. The goal was to become so inwardly steady that even the threat of death would not shake the mind, 是别. This was not about suppressing fear. It was about understanding it, 是别. In Zen teachings, there is a poetic image, 是别. A sword is raised above your head. Hell appears before you, 是别. But if you move forward without hesitation, paradise reveals itself, 是别. The message is simple. Do not freeze before the illusion of danger. Move through it, 是别. But here we encounter a practical problem. When fear arrives, it does not always listen to reason, 是别. The body begins to tremble, the heart races, the hands shake, 是别. You cannot simply command your body to stop being afraid. No amount of willpower can instantly erase fear, 是别. And this is perfectly natural. Fear is not a moral failure. It is a biological response, 是别. Just as you feel warmth near a fire, you feel fear when danger appears, 是别. The problem begins only when we become afraid of fear itself, 是别. Think about what happens when someone tries desperately not to feel afraid. They resist the experience, 是别. They tense up. They attempt to suppress the emotion. But this creates a strange loop, 是别. Now they are afraid of the fear, and then afraid of being afraid. And soon the mind is trapped in a cycle, 是别. This cycle is what we commonly call worry. Worry is an interesting phenomenon, 是别. It does not require real danger to survive. Even if one problem disappears, another quickly takes its place, 是别. It is like peeling layers from an onion. As soon as one layer is gone, another appears, 是别. If someone worries about money and later becomes wealthy, the mind may shift to worrying about health, 是别. If health is secure, it may worry about accidents. If accidents seem unlikely, it may worry about political events, 是别. There is always something new to worry about, because the habit of worrying creates its own endless supply of concerns, 是别. Strangely enough, people sometimes feel guilty if they are not worried. They believe worry proves responsibility, 是别. They believe concern must look serious. A furrowed brow, a tense voice, constant anxiety about the future, 是别. But perhaps genuine concern looks different. Perhaps it resembles wonder more than worry, 是别. When you pause and reflect on existence itself, something extraordinary becomes obvious. The fact that anything exists at all is astonishing, 是别. The universe, consciousness, the experience of being alive, it is deeply mysterious, 是别. If you were given a few minutes to ask the universe a single question, what would you ask, 是别? Many questions might come to mind. But the more carefully you think, the harder it becomes. Shubia, eventually you may realize something surprising. It is not exactly a question you have. It is more like a feeling. Shubia, a sense of amazement, a silent wonder about the fact that existence is here at all. Shubia. This feeling is not anxiety. It is closer to reverence. When we approach life from this perspective, something shifts. Shubia. Fear is no longer something we must eliminate. It becomes one of the many sensations that accompany existence. Shubia. Just as warmth accompanies fire, just as waves accompany the ocean, fear rises and falls. Shubia. And when we stop fighting it, we discover something unexpected. The experience of fear itself begins to lose its power. Shubia. Because we are no longer resisting it. True courage does not mean becoming fearless. Shubia. It means allowing fear to exist without letting it control us. It means recognizing that life includes both light and shadow, shubie, joy and uncertainty, safety and risk. And somehow all of it belongs to the same mysterious play, shubie. When we understand this, life becomes less like a problem to solve and more like a remarkable adventure. Shubie, an unfolding story, a cosmic performance in which we are both the audience and the actors, shubie. And perhaps the deepest wisdom is simply this: to participate fully in the drama of life, shubia, while remembering, somewhere deep inside, that it is a show being played by the universe itself. Shubia,